And now, apprentices, we move on to the second and third level spells. Hello everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your Master of Lore and Storyteller Extraordinaire, here once again to talk about the Pathfinder Inquisitor for 1st edition, and today we are going to talk about their 2nd and 3rd level spells, and there's lots of interesting ones available to them. But before we get into all of that, if you're new here to the channel, then go on down there, hit that subscribe button, and become a regular member here at the Gamer's Den. Or, if you've already gone on ahead and joined such a legendary roster of incredible heroes, then go on down to hit the like button and share the video far and wide. But now, let's talk about what your spell selection is going to be, and to start us off for 2nd level spells, we are going to pick up Anticipate Thoughts. You target one creature within 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels, and for 1 round per level, you can see the target's mind and read its attacks. You get a +2 insight bonus to armor class against that target's attacks, and only that target. However, if it fails its will save, this bonus also applies to your attack and damage rolls, and when the target misses you, you gain another +1 bonus, so the max is a +5 total. So a +5 bonus to your armor class, +5 bonus to your attack, and +5 to your damage rolls. This is awesome. Definitely a good one for you to have. Then we follow it up with Stricken Heart. You wreathe your hand in a writhing black aura and make a melee touch attack against your target that deals 2d6 points of negative energy damage and causes the target to be staggered for 1 round, and on a critical hit, the target is staggered for 1 minute. Now you're not likely to see that critical hit come up a whole heck of a lot, but the fact that you can still even stagger the target for 1 round is pretty nice. Definitely a good one to have, great way to throw out a quick status ailment. Sure, again, only lasts for 1 round, but you can still make great use of that. Then we go on from there to Inflict Pain. You target one creature in 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels, and you rack the target's mind and body with an agony that gives a -4 penalty on attack rolls, skill checks, and ability checks. A successful will save will reduce this to 1 round, so this is a great debuff to throw out there, and that's kind of a running theme for Inquisitors, that they just have 1 target spells. So again, this is a pretty good implication that you're only supposed to be within pretty close combat, or not really focusing so much on spell casting, but having those debuffs there to throw out there for the more significant targets will be something you do, will be a reliable strategy for you. Then we go on to Mortal Terror. Target one creature within 25 feet plus 5 feet every 2 levels. The target is shaken on the first round for 1 round per level. If the target takes damage and fails a will save, its fear increases by 1 step. If the target fails their save while panicked, panic being the last option in the progression of fear conditions, it will then be transfixed in terror and absolutely helpless. So this is awesome as well, because it's multiple rounds, they are going to be shaken, and as long as you're hitting them, they're going to be continuously having to make will saves, increasing the penalties that they will be taking. This is another incredible spell for you to have, and goddamn are these spells named fittingly for an Inquisitor. Inflict Pain, Mortal Terror. Absolutely wonderful. Perfect fluff for you. But then we are going on to our 3rd level spells, and we're going to kick things off with Channel Vigor. For 1 round per level, focus the energy of your mind, body, and spirit to grant yourself one of the following bonuses, able to change as a move action each time that you want to, or at least each round. You focus on your limbs, you gain the benefits of a haste spell, perfect for combat. Or mind, give yourself a +4 competence bonus on knowledge, perception, and ranged attack rolls. This is a great opener for you to have, especially with your longbow proficiency. Then Spirit, giving you a +6 competent bonus on will saves, bluff, and intimidate. And then focusing on your torso will give you a +6 competence bonus on fortitude saves and concentration. The last one's probably not one you're going to use a whole heck of a lot, and the last, for Spirit, unless you know the target is going to be hitting you with things affecting your will saving throw, this will probably see more usage outside of combat, more than likely. But the other two, limbs and mind, you will absolutely get a great deal of use out of. I mean, being a melee build that we're focusing on here, haste will be like gold to you, and not having to worry about waiting for the wizard to hit you with it will be a good thing. Then the next spell is just an utter classic. Anybody that has it in their spell list should consider having it on hand just in case, and given that you're a spontaneous spellcaster, that's easier for you than it is for many other classes, and it's Dispel Magic. You target one spellcaster, creature, or object within 100 feet plus 10 feet per level to end an ongoing spell effect, counter a spell, or suppress a magic item's abilities. You must make a dispel check, which is 1d20 plus your caster level. And then you'll whatever your roll is, that'll be the DC threshold for your dispelling of one particular effect. You'll affect the highest one possible with your caster level roll. The next spell is Forced Mutation. You touch one living creature to make a fortitude save. For 1 round per level, if they fail, the target deforms and takes a -4 penalty to their constitution and charisma, gaining a deformity of your choice, rendering them blind, deaf, fragile, giving them a fractured mind, making them lame, which reduces their speed by 10 feet, and if they're already at a 20-foot speed, then they can't take this one. Poor Ability, which is a -4 penalty to another ability score not already con or charisma, or Useless Arm. Most of those are pretty self-explanatory there, and this is a pretty damn good thing. If they make their save, then the effects are significantly reduced, but this is still a great thing to hit a target with, especially if they're a charisma-based caster like a bard or a sorcerer. Those kinds of creatures will absolutely hate this spell, especially since sorcerers don't have the greatest fortitude save to begin with. A -4 penalty to their charisma will give them a huge hit to their spellcasting abilities. Absolutely incredible. But then we go on to another spell, Deadly Juggernaut. You target yourself and it will last for 1 minute per level, and when you drop a target that's at least equal hit dice -4 to you, so no more than 4 levels lower than you are, to 0 hit points, you gain a +1 luck bonus on attack, damage, and strength checks, strength skill checks, and a damage reduction of 2. The max being a +5 to all of those things and a damage reduction of 10. So again, another great spell, especially if you have a lot of fodder enemies in front of you, creatures that are going to be fairly easy for you to dispatch. This will help you rack up a pretty significant bonus to a wide number of different things, and this is another strength build that we're doing here, so this is going to be an incredible benefit for you. Then we also have Righteous Vigor. You touch a target, and for 1 round per level, each time they strike an opponent, they gain a +1 morale bonus to attack, max of +4, 1d8 temporary hit points with a max of 20. If they miss an attack, that attack bonus will reset, but the temporary hit points will remain. And this is another perfect buff for you. It's a morale bonus, so it can stack with several of these different options, like Deadly Juggernaut giving you a +1 luck bonus, and to top it off, only a d8 for hit points, medium armor to begin with for several levels, possibly getting into heavy armor later, like full plate. Having an extra 20 hit points around will be very good for you. Definitely well worth the spell slot. But what do you think? Go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Did you like these spells on the list for today? Did you dislike them? Are there any others you might consider throwing in there? Certainly there's lots to be had, lots to go through. Freedom of movement, expeditious retreat. All of these things are incredible spells for you to have. But, like I said, go on down to the comments below, let me know your thoughts, hit those like or dislike buttons, and remember that if you're new here to the channel, go on down there, hit that subscribe button, and become a regular member here at the Gamers Den. But with all that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Thank you all so very much for your time, and you all have yourselves a good night.